Hi, I'm Rob, and today we're at the Bat and Ball. So the Bat and Ball is a Grade 2 listed building. It's 18th century and it's quite famous for cricket, which I'll explain more about in a minute. But one of the older landlords between 1762 and 1772 was the captain of Hambledon Cricket Club. His name's Richard Nyden. And here we have a memorial to the aforementioned Hambledon Cricket Club, which is still going. So why have we got this? So we're walking away from the pub down the lane towards the cricket pavilion. So this is Broad Halfpenny Down, and it's the current home of the Broad Halfpenny Brigands Cricket Club. So cricket, it seems, is a very English game, but in actual fact it arrived on these shores with the Saxons. The Saxons used to play a game across the southeast of England after they first invaded that they called cricket. So the Saxon word crick means a long pole, and the Saxon word cricket means a short wooden pole, so hence the wooden bat. It wasn't like cricket these days. It was sort of like a corrupted game of bowls really, where a chap with a hockey stick type affair would try and keep the ball from getting near the jack. And this became like the first sort of focal point for cricket back in 1750 when the Hambledon Club began. So it's generally recognised that the first class cricket match was played on this very pitch here at Broad Halfpenny Down. It was between the Hambledon Cricket Club and an All England 11, and that led on to the formation of county cricket. Anyway, this was the headquarters for about 30 years from the formation of the Hambledon Club until the MCC was formed and the headquarters moved to Lords, and that was in 1787. So we leave this lovely cricket pitch behind and out of the gate, and we're going to turn left. So we're going to make a left turn onto the Monarch's Way. So it looks like we've got some wheat going on here. I'm no expert, but it looks like wheat. Anyway, one of these lovely paths at this time of the year that leads through the middle of the fields. So we just walked down through the field, and the Monarch's Way arrow, the yellow one, joins the Wayfarer's Walk, and we turn right along the lane. Oh, and there's some more walkers up there. So ignore the first footpath sign on your left, keep walking straight up the lane, ignoring this path to the right. Pretty soon on your left you see a sign for Hartridge Farm. Head off down this track towards said farm. So we carry on past Hartridge Farmhouse, and the tarmac disappears and we're on a grass byway now. So we've got a bit of a three-way split here. There's path there, path there, path there, and we're going for the shaft of the arrow, as it were, which is this one that runs off diagonally to our right through the fields again. Love these paths. I love walking through crops. It's absolutely fantastic. Anyway, the post is a bit rotten here, but you get up in the corner of the field, there's a welcome bit of shade, and we walk down through the bushes, out the other side, to another field with more crops. Isn't that lovely? Two snails having a cuddle. So the path now comes out on the present day cricket field for the Hambledon Cricket Club. And look at all the kids. Obviously some school scheme to get them playing. So still a very influential club. So this is the headquarters now of the Hambledon Cricket Club. And we have the chairman, Mark Leclerc. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, good morning. Yes, so As you can see, the weather's always this good up here. We've been playing at this ground since about 1840, but the famous ground is up at the Baton Ball called Broad Halfpenny Down. They started there in probably 1750, they believe, and closed about 1796. The ground was very open and barren, no trees around it, so it was very, very cold on a normal English day. So
I was wondering why they moved.
So they moved further down the village. The next ground was called Windmill Down, which is just behind the Vineyard. And as I say, they played there probably 8 or 10 years, and they came here in 1840. So Hambledon have been playing at this beautiful ground, Ridge Meadow, since about 1840.
Super.
And cricket restarted up at Broad Halfpenny Down ground about 1908. So they've been playing. That's now run by a naval officers club called the Broad Halfpenny Brigands. We use it a couple of days a week for our junior sections, and use this ground probably 7 days a week at the moment, so it's going fantastic.
That's great.
We've got about 150 kids play here every week, so that's going absolutely fantastic, and we run 3 adult sides as well.
So still very influential in cricket, even after getting on for 300 years.
Yeah, after a long time, very influential. Obviously we've got a great name for the junior coaching setup, and lots of them play on into the adult game.
That's
now
brilliant.
as well.
Well, good luck with the season, Mark, and thank you very much for the interview.
No problem. Thank you.
So, we leave the cricket club behind. Very interesting talk from Mark. And we take the footpath just across the road. So there's some vines on our right. Hambledon Vineyard is quite a successful vineyard actually. Produces a lot of wine that goes all over the country and probably abroad. So once you pass the vineyard, don't carry on round the corner. You look to the right. Wayfarers Walk carries on up through the trees and carry on through the Kissing Gate and across the field. So more vineyards, and that's where Blue Line buses go to die. Now, you know, you start to doubt yourself sometimes. This is of course Hambledon Vineyard. I'm not sure if I said Wickham earlier on. If I did, it was incorrect. So as soon as you come across a post and the path goes off to the right, it takes you through the middle of the vineyard. Just see the buds starting to come out. So out of the vineyard, tiny little lane with a house, and we just cross over to go down that path there, not up the drive. So very interesting sign about prehistoric, or at least Viking feral breed of sheep. But unfortunately, these sheep aren't daft. They're hidden away out of the sun somewhere. Rev's made a friend. Ham hocks. So first sign that we're entering the village, it's Hambledon Primary School. Lovely little school tucked away next to the vineyard. Beautiful. A couple of my grandchildren will be going to the Clanfield Primary School soon, and that's equally sweet. Chickens and little garden and everything. So we come down from the school and we're going to follow the footpath through the churchyard along here. Beautiful poppies planted around the church. Now look at this fabulous yew tree, and how many times have I gone on about yew trees doing this, and it's actually done it. Look, you see. So yew trees revered by Christians as a sign of the death of Christ and his resurrection, because their branches come low to the ground, they touch the ground, make contact with the soil, and a new yew tree grows. And we've actually found one that does this, right in front of the church of St. Peter and St. Paul. St. Peter and St. Paul's is a Saxon church dating way back to the 11th century, where most of it is 13th century and then later additions in the 19th century. Let's have a look and see if we can get in. So here we are inside a lovely vaulted ceiling. chashes are always beautifully cool. Look at this wonderful ceiling up here. Gorgeous. And lovely stained glass. And then quite unusually, there's the organ pipes for the organ up there. Wonderful. Figure in the doorway, don't worry, it's only Trev. Now the village had a couple of fires in the 18th century, one which destroyed this church tower. So Hambledon is basically a Saxon village. It's been around for years. They've found stone axes in West Street from over 2,500 years ago, and there's a Roman villa up as well by Bury Lodge, and it was first recorded in 956 AD, but it's mainly Saxon, and it was located here. It's in the middle of the Forest of Beer, basically. The Forest of Beer used to stretch from Sussex all the way to Winchester, almost unbroken woodland. Royal Navy pretty much decimated that for making their ships, but there are still large patches down at Bishopstoke and at Wickham, a little bit at Denmead. Now the name Hambledon, as I say, is Saxon, and it's formed in two parts. The first bit, dun, is easy. It just means a hill. But the first part of the name, the Hamble part, is a bit more difficult. It's either a scard or a scar, or it's somebody's name. So it either means a scarred hill, or it means the hill of Hamble. I think that was an old butchery, Langtree. See the butcher's hooks still outside there. We've got the People's Market in front of us. That was the old George. It's now a house, but still got the sign. And we're in West Street.
Would you say someone like yourself would do a better job than me hiring a bundle?
So there are lots of hanging baskets for sale. Yeah, you get bread, coffee, everything. So we turn right here. This is the old post office. And we'll continue to walk down West Street. So there's these staddle stones under the barn there. They're to stop rats from climbing up and getting into the grain stores. It's the old Manor Barn Farm. There's Walnut Tree Cottages, another pub. I think there were about 16 pubs in the village at one time. Off the top of my head, I think I heard that somewhere. I know that we used to do a great trade to pubs because the Hambledon Cricket Club, with their famous cricket matches, attracted great crowds. Up to 20,000 people have been down to watch them in days of yore. Just for you horse lovers, just the sort of horse that would have pulled the drays for Hartridges when they had a brewery here. Another pub, the Vine. That's the only one that remains open now apart from the Bat and Ball. Apparently there's a well in there, goes down 30 feet. So we're inside the Vine. I've just spoken to the landlord. Ed, is it Ed? It is Ed, yes. It is Ed, I thought it was on the t-shirt. That's the 30-foot well there, but the light bulb's gone. So we can't see down. But this, for all my viewers, is the inside of a 16th century pub. What do they use the well for, the villagers, mate?
They use it as a gauge to whether or not they're going to flood this year or not.
Because there was a big flood here a few years back.
That's right, yes.
Everything was underwater. But anyway, lovely. Thank you very much, Ed.
No worries.
Take care. So lovely. Nice new pub, the Vine. Come and have a look. New pub, did I say? 16th century pub. Anyway, back out and carry on with the walk. And there's the postman. So we're down at the junction and we're going to turn left towards Denmead. So Hartridges opened a brewery here in 1882. They'd worked in breweries in London before, but they decided to open their own. They also made soft drinks, and that was the way it went on for a few years. But in 1941, the finger of fate was about to point at Hartridges Brewery. A German bomber, after a raid on Portsmouth, decided to bank over Hambledon and, for the sake of safety, let go of a bomb or two that it had left, and they unfortunately fell on the brewery, which was right here next to this house. Completely demolished the brewery, but left the soft drinks factory completely intact. Now, the soft drinks factory was where these new houses are now, or newer houses, and in a previous job I used to come here and supply them. They had a bottling plant, they had a fleet of Bedford lorries, and it was a big local business operating pretty much solely out of Hambledon. Now, I've spoken to Mr. Hartridge this morning, and they're still a very big business. Their presence is in pubs across the country and across the world, on Amazon, on the internet, but they run their drinks and their processing out of, I think it was Essex these days. He'll put me right if I've got it wrong. I think it was Essex. Took a phone call this morning. So it's different, but the company is still very, very successful. And I'm going to enjoy a Hartridge soft drink, perhaps an orange and passion fruit, or orange and mango, or whatever it is, when I get back to the Bat and Ball later. Anyway, that was a slight diversion to come down and see the Hartridges factory as was, and brewery as was. And we're going to walk back up, and where that very sporty little Ford Fiesta is, where the white wall is, we're going to turn right up a track. There we go, footpath sign on the drain pipe. So off we go, down past the wisteria, up this track at the back of the village. So now we're going to walk up across National Trust land, and it's Spoutham Down. So we ignore the gate to our left and continue straight on up to the edge of the woods. And nice view looking back down over the old soft drinks factory and brewery site. So out the other end of the tiny little bit of wood, just keep going straight on into another bit of field. Uphill, puff puff. So we keep going straight through the bushes here, and then eventually onto the road near Rushmere Pond. Oh, I've got greenfly. Look at that. So we emerge out onto a lane, and we're going to head left towards Rushmere. So at the finger post we turn left. There's Rushmere Pond in amongst these trees. And up past the farm. We've got a steep hill going down, but we're not going to go completely down. We're going to turn right very shortly. Oh, so we've come across something interesting. Bit of a garage sale by the looks of it. If you want a car seat or a jug or an Amtrak sign, what else have we got? All sorts of bric-a-brac. Anyway, we'll carry on down and off this way. So our path comes off the road at Rose Cottage, and you pretty much walk up the drive, but the path runs alongside. So there we go, gradually uphill through this little path. There's some sheep over there. So come out at the end of the path, a little sign Rushmere Arabians, Your footpath signs there. That's a little clue of all these horses that this is a stud farm. I really, really don't want to look at you. That's why I'm wearing this blindfold. Keeps the flies out of your face, doesn't it, lad, eh? And our path follows round the corner and around here. And carry straight on through the gate, through the crops again. We love this bit of crop walking, don't we, Trev?
Absolutely. Oh, Christ.
He's in his summer shirt now, he's breaking the gate there. What are you up to? Goodness sakes, make sure it's shut.
Don't latch properly.
So we're just following the telegraph wires all the way along through the field. This is lovely walking. I do enjoy this. So come through the field and you cross over a track. Another kissing gate and go straight on across this field. And another kissing gate. Somewhere to fill your bottle. Or not, as the case may be. So the old rooks in the rookery are going crazy. Have a listen to that. And we're going to go through this gate, through the next kissing gate, and we're going to turn right at another pond, which we may or may not see. Go down here. Wondering how this grass is darker than the rest of it. Obviously it's the path. You'd think it'd be more worn and lighter, but there you go. And crows are busy. Through another one. Some young bulls in there. Only very, very young. Loads of cattle in there. And this is Glidden Farm. And yet another kissing gate. Lots and lots of young bulls in there. The crows were mobbing them a minute ago. Hello then. There's some. We carry on where Trev is pacing the ground there like a raging bull. And carry on up the track. Right, so up past the ramshackle shed and the pond. We then turn right. So top of the track at the 5-bar gate, we hang a left. Then we get to another pond. Skirt round to the right of it, follow the track along there. Oh, nice welcome breeze. Oh look, you can see the Isle of Wight. You see the Isle of Wight up there, it's Bembridge Down I think. So look for the finger post in the bushes and we're going to go left. Oh, nice and shady, out of the heat. So in the distance you can see Catherington Observatory. Way in the distance. Oh, this path isn't a good idea in a pair of shorts. Put your long trousers on when you come, there's stingers all over the place. I am stung to monkery, to be polite, from the knee down. Last time I was stung like that, I was riding a bike through something like this, and I went to put my feet down to sort of edge through gingerly, and the path was a bit higher than where my feet went down, the whole bike and me. A pair of shorts went in the stinging nettles, and oh boy, stung all over. I think Sue will be having fun with the calamine when I get home. So that was the most stingy part of the Marks Way anywhere, I think. Anyway, we turn right onto this lane. And according to my map, this is Scotland Cottage. Let's just check. Yeah, Scotland Cottage.
Scotland?
Scotland, we couldn't be any further away from
I'll
Scotland,
tell you
could we?
what, that reminds me of a... No, camera shy. It reminds me of a joke about Scotland.
Yeah.
What's a Scotsman's favourite pudding?
I don't know.
Tart and custard, of course.
Too many trees around it now, but there must be a fantastic view if you could see through them. There's the old benchmarks and the point for the surveyor's theodolite to go on. Let's do his tachymetric readings. Ooh, can't you tell I worked for the Ordnance Survey for a couple of years. The great expert. Not. Anyway, carry on down the track. Lovely bit of shade and a breeze now. It must be 25, 26 degrees today. Beautiful, 1st of June. Fantastic. And these trees are welcome. Cool down. Lovely views down into the valley. Nice field of purple thistles. So there's Scotland Farm up ahead, but don't miss this little stile here. So you turn left over this stile and this will take us back down onto the road. Oh, nice sturdy stile, nice bit of checker plate and tarmac at the bottom. Down we go. On the main road, very, very careful. This is the main Clanfield to Hambledon road. We're turning right up it. It's only a few yards, but people come flying down here, so careful, careful. So lovely hanging baskets outside the Bat and Ball. Used to be an old George Gale pub, now a Fuller's pub, and they took George Gale over. And let's go in and take a look. So here we are, we're being shown through, still COVID restrictions. Nice bit of film of the pub. So take your order and then you go out to the table on the patio.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andrea.
Copy, you're welcome.
Oh, hello. So a couple of plaques on the pub wall. So there we go, nice walk, very welcome drink in this weather. About 7.5 miles, track to gone by. If you enjoyed the walk then please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.
Hi, I'm Rob.
Shut up.
Today we're at...
Shut up.